it's easy to understand why this is happening when you open your eyes for 2 seconds and look at the world that we're living in. We live in a world that's unbearable for men. And technology has also played a major role. With many of the conveniences that it's brought us, there have come with each of those conveniences serious trade-offs that have compounded. Like I said, many men now, they end up spending a large parts of their day just sitting alone in front of screens, just staring at screens. And with the added economic instability, that of course adds another layer of complexity and uncertainty to their lives. The cost of living their painful existence, it continues to rise, and the purchasing power of the currency continues to dwindle. Because of this, a man, he can work his hands to the bone and still fall behind. So tomorrow morning, many of those men, they will wake up and they will step right back into the same life that they woke up to today. The routine, it will repeat. The isolation will still be there waiting for them when they get home. And the future that they once believed in will feel unreachable. Living that way year after year changes how a man sees his life. At some point, a man can begin to believe that nothing that he does is going to lead anywhere different. And when that belief settles in, the weight of life can become more than some men know how to carry.
Man, let me tell you something. I was spewing out content, trying to get men together, trying to get men to see the writing on the wall, trying to get men, to be business savvy, trying to get them out here to make more money. And guess what? Nothing really came of it. And you can ask, many other creators as well, who put the time and the effort in, right, to try to, boss up men, to try to get young men off of social media and out here in real life so they can actually get out here and dominate. Listen, man, I've come to the conclusion, and don't get me wrong, everything that he's talking about is true. Every single thing that he's talking about is true. Nothing that he said on there, is outside of the realm of what I've already talked about already. I've long said that comfortability is gonna land a lot of men in the grave, right? I've long said this. I've said that technology is being used against us, right? Whether we talking about relationships, whether we talking about friendships, it does not matter what we're talking about. If we're talking about familia, technology is being used to divide every single body up, right? I've long said that. However, let me ask you guys something, right? Answer this in the comment section. What are guys doing about it? Right? What are people doing about it? This is not far-fetched, media anymore. This is not far-fetched news anymore. Everybody and their mama can see the division from a mile away. Everybody and their mama and auntie can see what is going on. However, people are still sitting down with their legs crossed, acting like everything is just going to go back to normal, in a snap of a finger. Like everything's going to go back to normal. They're going to go to sleep and wake up, and then they're just going to forget about all of this. Man, no. I've long said this, and if you were to ask me, we're already at the level of permanence. Yep, we're already at the level of permanence. There's nothing that I can think of that I haven't said already that is going to happen anymore, right? You got to understand, men have become more comfortable, right? And because of that comfortability, right? Testosterone levels have dropped, and not only because of comfortability, but also because the foods and everything that all of these men are eating. Nobody's eating healthy anymore. Nobody is taking care of themselves. Listen, I'm out here, getting my walks in, getting my steps in, right? You see what I'm doing, right? Out here getting the body on, right? Body yada yada.
Welcome to the afterpill.co, your one-stop shop hub for everything that I offer. Whether you're here to book a one-on-one coaching call, join the Patreon community, explore Horizon Atlas, your relocation app, or access my latest content and resources, you'll find it all right here. Choose your path, take action, and start building the life you want.
I'm getting my run in. Make sure that blood stays pumping in my body. The majority of men are not doing that, unfortunately. The majority of men are out here lollygagging. The majority of men are sitting out here complaining. Listen, I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to be able to help the collective, right? Helping the collective is that's donezo. That's donezo. Not because I don't want to help the collective, it's because the collective doesn't want to be helped, right? I had somebody in the comment section, they were like, man, can you stop spreading negativity? Can you stop, being Mr. Doom and Gloom? How about we all, get together and come together and, make a change? Man, I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for the past 2-3 years. Listen, there is no bringing together the collective. I've already tried that. I've ran that play. Listen, we were fourth and 5, right? Listen, I tried that. I tried the field goal. Listen, I've done all of that, right? There is no saving the collective. The collective does not want to be saved. Don't y'all understand that? And you have large groups of men, and listen, you may not like these truths that I'm spitting right now, right? Because everybody wants a pat on the back. You have grown men, right, want other grown men to take a cloth and wipe the tears from their face. Man, that ain't gonna happen, right? Everything that I wanted, I went in and got it. I went against the grain, right? I don't talk to family members, right? I have no friends, and you know what? That's A-okay with me, right? I have no problem at all with not having friends. I have no problem at all with not talking to family members. Listen, I'm getting to this bag and I'm following my purpose, right? What's wrong with a lot of people today? What's wrong with a lot of men especially? They expect other men, they expect social media to help them, find their purpose in life. Man, you gotta get out here and bump your head. You gotta get out here and fall and scrape your knee. You gotta get out here and twist your ankle, break a leg, right? Dislocate your shoulder. That's how you're gonna find your purpose. You're gonna find your purpose getting out here and failing. That's what you're gonna have to do. Nobody wants to fail anymore because everybody wants to be a sheep, right? Everybody wants to be a sheep. Everybody wants to follow the loser crowd, right? And then when you do have people who are winning, right? When you do have people who are winning, who are trying to lead them in the right direction, the losers think they have all the knowledge. The losers think they know better when they haven't failed, they haven't won, they haven't done anything, right? So I still believe, in leadership. I still believe that there are people who can lead people in the right direction. However, you have to have people and groups of men and women who are able to follow, right? Here's the thing, man. And this is what I had to learn, right? Before I was able to jump in that water, right? Hence the ocean behind me, right? Before I was able to jump in that water, right? Before I was able to jump on the deep end, I had to tell myself, right? Or I had to look in the mirror. I had to sit down with myself because I tried to jump in the water before I was ready to, right? And that just meant I was trying to push away leadership. I was trying to push away, making mistakes. I was trying to just walk in the steps of perfection, not listening to people who I should have been listening to. I tried to do that, right? And that just took me into a circle, right? It brought me in a circle because I eventually had to learn those mistakes anyway, right? I eventually had to go through the things that I had to go through anyway. I eventually had to sit back and study the words of some of those men who tried to sit me down and give me advice anyway. I eventually had to do it anyway, right? So before I jumped in that deep end, right, I had to sit down and study advice. I had to sit down and make those mistakes. What's wrong with a lot of men today is they're so embarrassed, right, of what their parents will say. They're so embarrassed about, what their loved ones would say, what their friends would say, instead of just getting out here and just doing it, right? That's the only way. That is the only way that you're going to learn. You're only going to learn getting out here and doing it, right? You're not going to learn, sitting in front of the computer. You're not going to learn sitting in your comfort zone, right? You're not going to learn being a loser. You're not going to learn, being a whole ass ninja. You're not going to learn from doing any of that, right? It's just going to put yourself in the worst predicament possible. And I've been saying this in 2026, man. You just have too many losers out here, man. And I'm gonna keep on reiterating this. You have too many losers out here, man. And it's really infectious at this point. It's like a disease, right? We already know what's going on, right? We already know about the Epstein list. We already know that what technology is doing. We already know about the divisiveness. Most of us can see the play from a mile away. And if you can't see the play from a mile away, you just one of these NPCs walking around here, right? We can see the play from a mile away, but people are unwilling. People are unwilling to do anything about anything. But y'all want me to be the big Mr. Positivity. Fuck no. I'm not about to get out here and put my neck on the line for a group of guys that will turn on you as soon as things go sour, right? I've had this happen recently, right? Right? A guy in the group that I had, right? I'm giving all the game, I'm giving all the sauce, I'm giving all the leadership that I can, right? And dude go on and talk about I asked my girl about this group and she said it was a scam, man. Like listening to your bitch, right? And calling the game that I was giving, the intensity that I was giving, the knowledge that I was giving, calling it a scam. Oh, I can go on ChatGPT and get all this information. Then why aren't you succeeding then, bucko? Why aren't you doing anything, bucko? Why are you over there all depressed and crying then, bucko? Right? You got guys who supposedly supposed to seek out leadership, and they will turn around and then throw dirt on your name for being the one who was willing to put their neck on the line, for being the one who has the audacity and the knowledge and the wisdom to lead people, and they'll throw you up under the bus. Man, listen, that's why you can't really, trust anybody, right? And it brought me to the conclusion that, most men are busters, right? And if you were to ask me, I say, whatever predicament that you're in, you deserve it. I'm sorry. That's not the loser content that y'all want to hear. I'm sorry, that's not the loser content that y'all want to hear. Y'all want to hear loser content. I'm not giving loser content. This is winner content. Listen, we talk about the problem. Y'all have been in the comment section. Y'all ask me, oh, what's the solution? This is the solution. Stop being a fucking loser. This is the solution. You either want it or you don't. Right? You're either gonna win or you're gonna lose. There is no in between. Especially now in 2026, man. There is no in between, man. You mess around and be in between, you might as well be stuck in a quicksand. You might as well be stuck like Chuck if you think that there's about to be any in between. So, do I understand what is going on? Absolutely. Do I feel for what's going on? Absolutely, because it's we're fighting governmental entities, we're fighting corporate entities, we're fighting corporate interests, So best believe I do understand. However, what are we gonna do? Sit back and mope, right? What are we gonna do? Sit back and cry about it? No, right? And the unfortunate part about all of this is y'all have to accept that there's gonna be, the majority of men are gonna be losers, right? That's a cold, hard truth for you. The majority of men are going to be losers. The majority of people are going to lose, especially going into the future, especially going into the new season of things, right? There's nothing that I can do about it. I can continue to relay my information. Listen, you could join the Patreon, right? I've been doing this and preaching this for the past 2 or 3 years, right? I've been trying to show guys how to make money for themselves. I've been trying to teach guys and show guys exactly what I'm doing. And as y'all can see, this is exactly what I'm doing, right? I did this in under 5 years. I took my family from the United States of America, right? I started making money online. I started making money through YouTube and other private communities. Right now, I am building an app that will be worth millions and millions of dollars. Listen, I'm telling you, right? You heard it here first, and I'm gonna make sure I come back to this video when it does happen, right? I have an app that is bound to be worth multi-millions of dollars that I've created, and now is off the ground and running. We're doing some very creative things with it right now, putting providers and everything on a marketplace. So if you haven't heard, it is horizonatlas.ai, horizonatlas.ai. So I've been teaching this. I've been trying to get guys to think outside the box. Most guys are not going to cut it, right? I had upwards to, I've had a lot of members, you know, in the inner circle that have come and gone, and, you know, people just can't hang. And I just got to understand, and you got to get through your head as well, that, you know, a lot of people just can't hang. A lot of people are not going to be able to keep up, right? And the teachers that I like to teach within the inner circle is that, listen, this is how life works. This is how life moves. You don't have the luxury to be moving slow if you don't already have any money. You don't have that luxury. That's all I have for you guys on today's video. Listen, the after pill is the ideology. The escape blueprint is the framework. And PFP life is how you should live in purpose and freedom and in power. Hit that link down in the description. Check out horizonatlas.ai if you want more information on visas, if you want to know if a country is safe or not for you and your family, if you've been thinking about relocating, or if you just want to visit said country that you have of interest, check out horizonatlas.ai. And you can also check out the Patreon. I have hundreds and hundreds of videos of mindset, of actual skills that you need. What's next in the future? You want to check out those videos that I don't put on YouTube, and some videos that I've taken off of YouTube from long ago that predicted where we are right now. So hit the link down in the description, check out the Patreon, check out horizonatlas.ai. And if you want to some guidance, if you want to book a call with me, you can also hit that link down in the description. Everything is on the website, theafterpill.co, theafterpill.co. Check that out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Welcome to the afterpill.co, your one-stop shop hub for everything that I offer. Whether you're here to book a one-on-one coaching call, join the Patreon community, explore Horizon Atlas, your relocation app, or access my latest content and resources, you'll find it all right here. Choose your path, take action, and start building the life you want.